to come into the office. You want to come with all these progressive changes. You're not getting buy-in from your process or for the people that work for you. What are you going to do with that? Because I have an example of Kim Gardner. She's one of the, because there's a couple progressive prosecutors out there. Kim Fox, Marilyn Mosby, Ayala in Orlando, Costa in Philadelphia. So Kim Gardner goes in. She wants to do all these changes in the office. Everybody leaves. She lost 100% of her staff. What you gonna do if that happens? They're like, no, Mr. Pryor, we ain't trying to do none of what you're talking about. What you gonna do with that?
Well, it's twofold, and I have a plan. 4 months ago, I actually reached out to someone who I have in mind to help out with the recruiting process, with the expectation of knowing that when I take office, there are going to be people that are going to outright resign, right? They're going to quit.
They just go quit.
We're going to begin the process immediately of actually actively recruiting a diverse workforce, a diverse staff of state attorneys to come in and take over the jobs immediately, right? That's one. Secondly, it still doesn't weed out the bad actors, right? So initially, I'm going to have
got bills to pay. They gonna
Initially, I'm gonna have goals. You have to pay your mortgage.
Payments. I got mortgage payments.
I got bills
right here.
Yeah. So initially, I'm going to have a statement of my goals and objectives for the office, our plan, and things that we want to do, and I'm going to share that with all the attorneys. And the thing is going to be, can you get behind this? Do you agree with it? We know people are going to sign off and say, yes, of course, right? But they have alternative motives. And there are going to be some, they may look at this and say, Harold, can't do it. We'll give them an opportunity to resign. We'll thank them for the service, and we'll send them on their way. For those bad actors, I have a plan to track that. So those that say, Harold, we agree with your goals and objectives, we're all for it. But then, at home, they're calling black folk animals on Facebook. Mm-hmm. We have to have a way to track that, and there's ways to do that. As state attorney, like I said, first day of office, one of the first things that I'm doing first day of office is we're going to begin the process of auditing our books and seeing what we can do to invest in certain things that can help us do our jobs and actually do a better job for the community. One of those things is to invest in a software that can track cases for each individual prosecutor. We can look at the authors, we can look the demographical information, we can look at the sentencing and disposition of those cases across demographical information, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, or region, where you're at. And what we're going to do on a quarterly basis, we're going to look at these reports of each individual prosecutor. And we'll do annual reports and annual reviews. So if you have that prosecutor who says that they're on board, mm-hmm. but we're looking at your 300 cases that you have and the 60 or 70 cases that you've played out in a given year or a given period, and we see that it's heavily stacked against people of color, right? And we see that the sentencing disparities between whites and blacks are uneven, we're going to let that person go. That's how you get those bad actors out. That's how you get those hidden races or people who have alternative agendas out of your office. So I have a threefold plan. A threefold plan is to identify those people who are not for our plan of progressive change, then also give them an opportunity to come on board. And then we're not going to stop there. We're going to track you. We're going to look at your cases to see if, in fact, you're holding true to your commitment to our policies and goals as a state attorney office. I think it's incumbent upon me to do that, and I feel that we owe that to the citizens of Broward County.
All right.